Hello, hello, all. Thank you for joining us again on the Almost Brothers podcast. Hey, will you do us a favor? If this podcast has meant something to you and encouraged you, will you consider becoming a monthly supporter? You could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the podcast so that we can continue to put out content and help better serve you. So if you would, down in the show notes, you can click the link, support, and become a monthly member. We love you. New episode coming your way.
What?
Continue. You want to sing it?
Keep going.
I know this thing has made it into
going.
a freezer, got frozen, got defrosted, got put in the fridge, got put back in the freezer, put in a car, put it in another car,
Caught
brought it all the way here.
overnight.
Yeah.
Like twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it made it back. And today I'm finally getting to drink it.
consuming
So
Surprised
Yes.
it hasn't exploded yet.
that's very
Probably
true.
gonna take one sip, wrap it up, put it back in the freezer.
Right. Forget about it again. Yeah. Well, this time I'm going to finish it off. So. Just in case y'all are wondering, which you're probably not, it's delicious. Thank you, Tyler, for
Wasn't.
keeping it safe.
I don't think
Ordered
anybody
with
I was
else.
just wondering how
Yeah.
long that thing would take to kill me.
Probably not very long.
No.
I mean, it's for adults only, so. My bad. My bad. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. Thank you for joining us yet again today. We hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We are back. Richard, how are you doing today?
Could not be more chill, man.
Hey, right. You came in with shorts on, like you know it's chill, man.
Really chilled. 'cause
Literally,
it's so
yeah.
cold outside.
Right. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing A-okay.
A-okay? Have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty all right.
It was a good time. We went to Branson.
Survived it.
Yeah, had a great time. And we
Cool
also,
beans and
we
warm
had a
hearts.
surprise as we went to leave. Our brother here, Jacob Kuiman's in the building.
Yep.
He got to go with us to Branson again. So that was a fantastic time. All the way from Guam.
Yeah. Much warmer there. Way colder here.
Yeah.
On the drive there, saw snow, and I was like, "What's this? Don't like it."
All right.
So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we also have Abby on with us, who's half asleep.
As always.
As always, literally. We got a picture of you sleeping on vacation. What was it? In like the corner of
Andy
an arcade? Yeah.
yeah.
that's what-
Andy B sat down for 2 seconds, was asleep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just knocked out.
It's
like,
pretty impressive. I mean,
Right.
it really is.
right. Just anyway, I wish I had that.
She could go pro.
Right.
Now
I
we'll,
wish I
we'll
had
sit
that
down on the
ability.
couch for a movie, and like 20 seconds later, I hear someone snoring, and look over, and it's her. It's like, man.
All right. Opening sequence ain't even hit yet.
Yeah.
Man.
Narcolepsy is serious.
Right. Right. I know the Randalls, y'all were chomping at the bit to get to presents.
Yeah, always. That's
Man.
what we do.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's over though.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
See, we're counting down already at the house. 360 more days. Let's go.
They literally,
have a countdown.
yeah.
They have a year-long advent calendar.
Oh, yes. Like, here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
We finished an episode and he goes, well, 360 days left.
Unbelievable.
What?
Yeah, let's go.
He's got problems.
I say it needs to be Christmas before I start counting.
Yeah, it's
I don't
gonna
even
be.
count. I just look at the calendar and just know.
It's gonna go by fast, so we better buckle in and get ready.
Yeah, we
It was literally just last week.
for the first time we did advent calendars this year.
Yeah,
But we got them in like the middle of the month. Blah, blah,
that's what I was gonna ask if y'all. Yeah,
We did them wrong. But anyway,
double up.
yeah, the kids, man, they absolutely loved it. So next year we're going to repeat that. So
Yeah.
It was cool.
Actually, get it on time. That would be
Yeah.
good. Mhm. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. So on today's episode, this is gonna be about New Year, New Me. Everybody says it every New Year.
Them gym's going to be full for the next 2 weeks.
Right. Every New
And
Year.
Planet
you know.
Fitness. Planet Fitness about to get a whole new funding for the year.
Right. So we'll kind of talk about
That's where the
our
majority of their revenue comes from.
Yeah.
kind of talk about our New Year's resolutions and what you would like to see out of 2024 is what we want to talk about. So first I want to start with Jacob and how's it feel to kind of be back home around everybody?
It's much nicer. I'm able to like actually decompress from work stress because like for listeners who don't know, I'm in the military and living on base. I think Tyler can contest to this. You can't really decompress because you're right there at work. And so I know for me, everybody's like, oh, building's on fire. Who's the first person we're going to call? We're going to call Jacob. So I have to constantly be on standby, like ready to go. So being home, I'm able to decompress. Like I took a week off during Thanksgiving, and I was still on the island, about 20 minutes from base, and they're still texting me like, "Hey, we need you at work."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, that sucks.
I was like, that's really cool. There's this thing that I took called leave, and you guys said I don't have to show up to work, and I'm like approved. So it's really nice being able to like actually decompress, turn the phone off, mute all the notifications. It's nice.
But it's always nice anyway.
Oh yeah.
Just turn the phone off. Richard's a lot better at that than I am. Just shutting your phone off, or like, hey, I'm taking a nap, leave me alone.
No, you just want to leave it on and complain when people call you, even though
Yeah,
you're the
I'm
one
always
that leaves
scared.
it on.
Yeah, I know, and I'm always scared like something is gonna
Major
go. Yeah, it's gonna
and
go
that-
Yeah,
on.
the one
that
time
2
you don't
hours.
pick up your phone.
Right. Yeah.
That 2 hours, the world will end, and Mike will not know about it.
Well, it's not even that. It's just, with Lee being so far away, I just don't want something to be urgent and then miss it, because when I nap, it could be an hour, it could be 4. We just don't know. It's the
Could be the
toss
whole week.
It's the toss of the coin.
Could turn into a coma.
Right.
You just never
Wake
know.
up at 2 in the morning. Just what?
The full-time sub didn't show up, so we had to find a sub for the sub.
Right, man. Like, what happened? I don't know, man. I fell asleep yesterday, and it's the middle of the afternoon. So
Okay, it's a new month.
yeah. So go around the table. What's some of the things that you'd like to see personally? We'll start with just personally in 2024.
Okay, we're going to start with me. Okay.
Or
So
we can start with Tyler if you need time
it's
to think.
fine.
Okay.
No, I have, and this is the thing. I don't want to call it a New Year's resolution
Right.
because nobody does that, right? Nobody finishes that. So I want to lose 50 pounds by May. That is my goal. Not a resolution. It's a goal.
I like it. Okay.
I've done good today. So,
it's a good start. Okay.
but more than that, I want to see more spiritual growth out of myself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of areas in my life that I know I can grow. Me and my wife, our marriage can grow through that. Through that spiritual growth. Personally, our marriage can grow also. So I just want to see that blossom this year.
That's good.
That's a hard one to follow.
I'll say same. Yeah. All that.
You can
yeah,
just lose
ditto.
60 pounds, and then you're going to beat it. There you go.
Hey, if I lose
He does
60
that.
pounds,
You better not have a high wind. You're going, oh, there's Jacob.
if I lose 60 pounds, it's very unhealthy.
Yeah.
I'm like right.
He's going
there
to
at that
gain
range.
60 pounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to do that. I think my big one that I need to do is financial stability and maturity. So definitely, you guys definitely saw it at Branson. I'm not very financially stable. $50 on a Squishmallow that I'm not even using.
Man.
How's that Squishmallow for you?
It's nice.
I don't.
It's not-
I don't
I
even
hope
get the-
so.
Yeah.
$50.
Man.
Hurt
held-
his wallet.
I held it and I was like, it's not even memory foam. Why would
Right.
I-
It's just a normal thing. Well, and here's what's great is McDonald's are now giving out squashmallows in there.
Yeah, I
Right.
saw
And Happy
that.
Meals.
I saw.
I mean,
that.
they're not quite the size, but also you can,
Well, even then, I got her one that like you can get at Target for $25.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
yeah.
But now, financial stability, because I see a vehicle and I buy a vehicle. I'm on my like 8th one
Yeah.
being on Guam for 8 months, man. But currently working good on a loan. Like never been behind on a bill yet, knock on
Yeah.
wood. So hopefully I can keep that running, keep making money. But
Yeah.
trying to get like I see where my classmates are at right now. Everybody that graduated the same time as me.
They all went and got challengers with a 15% APR.
28% APR.
Oh,
Have you seen
Lord.
the economy, man? Now I see a lot of them. They're still stuck here in Malden, like working
Yeah.
at McDonald's and stuff. And it's like I kind of feel bad, not
Yeah.
to like talk down on them, but like I kind of feel bad because we all were given the same exact opportunities, and we all ran different paths with it. So
Yeah.
Everybody wants different things for their lives, and if you're content working at McDonald's for 20 years, hey,
Right.
Yeah.
Go for it,
Awesome.
man.
yeah,
Yeah. That's good. Abby, what are you feeling for 2024?
Graduate
Graduate.
high school.
That's definitely a good, yeah. That's a good one to have. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anything else?
I guess just to grow as a person, really.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ta-ta.
Woman of a few words.
Right. Hey,
Um,
that's a pretty good, pretty big goal. Graduate.
he
Man,
wants to
that's
grow as a person.
I was
too,
gonna
but
make
he
like
can't.
the same-
physically.
his New Year's
That is,
resolution.
come on, man.
New Year's resolution is to be 5'8".
Darn. Darn diddy darn darn.
Why'd you have to bring Jamie into this? No, I hate New Year's resolutions because I feel like it's so cliche.
Right.
But I have plans for me and Liv to start taking music more serious. We've actually got a meeting with Cody and Clint Walker. Hopefully start working with them and recording stuff and just seeing where that path takes us.
Who is Cody and Clint Walker?
The Walker Bros.
Yeah, so they grew up. They were a little bit younger than me, so there was a group of them from Bernie that all were pretty big musicians. So there's the twins, Cody and Clint, Doug. Let's see who else came from that group. I know Paul was a little bit older, but he kind of came from that group too.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce. All of them went to the same churches they grew up, and we were all kind of connected in youth groups around here. So they're very musically inclined. All of them.
Yeah.
Are very musically
Sorry, I didn't know.
inclined.
Who
No,
they
you're
were.
good.
Yeah.
Nah,
They were.
I was lost too.
What were they on?
The Voice.
The Voice.
Yeah.
They're on The
Okay,
Voice.
Cool.
Yeah.
I talked to him and he's they're mostly working with churches now with their sound and musicians and all that. But
I think Preston was in that group too. Preston.
yeah, we're gonna sit down with them. I think next week and just let's just see what we're able to do with them, what they're able to do with us. I just want to kind of continue what I guess as cliche as it sounds, keep growing.
Yeah.
I guess, physically wise, don't make any jokes. Me and Liver, we've been somewhat consistent, at least trying to around the holidays, going to the gym and eating healthier and just taking care of ourselves physically as well as spiritually. I noticed that a little more towards the end of the year. I started getting out of my Bible more, and so I think I'm trying to devise a plan to get into the Word more, and kind of using that as time of using those as decompression times during my day. That's really about it. Just obviously, hopefully we see kids in this year.
Oh, that'd be nice.
speak life into that.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's same, just spiritually you want to grow, of course. You want to get closer to God. I want to grow in, and not so much grow in, but just do better at being a father this year and really focus a lot more on spending time with my kids. I know that was, this past year, 2023, we got pretty busy. So I kind of got laxed in that sense, just kind of getting busy. So I know over the week when we were at Branson was something that I got to spend some time with Lee, spend some one-on-one time with Bubby. And it was like, man, I really miss this from being so busy. Because you kind of get little pockets of time with them throughout the week or throughout the day. But, just not having to worry about anything for a few days and just spending time with them was awesome. So I'm going to try to do that a lot more. And same with Jamie. It's just spent some one-on-one time. We got to last night. Just sat at the house during New Year's, watched Project Runway.
That is so weird.
No, what I meant was I built a closet
What?
How does
with my hands
so
and my tools.
so
With your bare hands.
you of
Yes.
all people
Out of
do
scratch.
something manly like that?
Yes,
kind of
I cut a
hard to
tree down. I harvested the wood.
believe.
Harvested.
We built
Yes.
a car from scratch
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have any electric tools.
He used that dovetail joinery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do know what I do know what that is.
Used,
I worked at WWE for
knows-
13
he knows-
years.
he
I do
knows
know
cabinetry.
what cabinetry.
I thought you worked on like the painting and stain stuff.
No, that was only last few years.
Oh.
'Cause I got in trouble. I got in trouble.
Because you're a loser.
I guess. But yeah. So that's so we'll go back around the opposite way. So what is something as a family, because we each have kind of immediate family, as a family you'd like to see happen in 2024, which you kind of hinted on it a little bit, having a babby.
Chitlins.
Having a babby.
Chitlin.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's the goal.
That's a big one.
I was
Man.
gonna say that's really been the only. I wouldn't say the only goal for me and Liv, but that's been kind of priority goal
Right.
for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Um,
because I saw the way you guys were had Zeke and Zay with you guys over the Branson trip. I'm not here really, so I don't see you guys with them all the time. And I was like, man, they'd be such great parents. Like,
Absolutely.
like seeing you with Zay, especially at Hertz, I was like, man, he is fit to be a father at least.
Even though Zaylee's completely and totally spoiled because of y'all, but that's
think
your
everybody plays a
prerogative
part in
as
that.
godparents.
that is where I feel like godparents and grandparents are kind of on that
Right.
that same plane, where our only job is to spoil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can do what we want.
Yeah, exactly. To heck with the parents.
Spoil them, send them home.
Yep.
That's right. Abby?
I don't really know. I guess get the rest of my family back in church because my
Yeah.
mom's been coming when I show up and stuff. So
Mhm.
it'd be nice to see Caitlin and Steven in here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She came to youth that one time.
That one day.
That one day. I feel like she thought we were all weird.
She's right.
I was about to say she didn't think it, she knew it.
She's just on something right now. So
That's fair. Jacob,
Man, where do I begin?
I don't know.
I mean, for you, I feel like you're fresh out of high school, fresh into the military. I feel like you're probably on a journey of not like self-discovery, but just figuring out who you are as an adult.
I'm trying to just like find like my footholds on where I stand before I even think about starting a family. But I mean, like for like my parents and my brother wise, I just want to, like, my mom's well off. I mean, pray to God for her relationship right now. And then my dad, he's killing it. He's got a 5-year-old daughter right now that he just adopted.
Mhm.
Thank the Lord that she got a good family. And then
He
man,
needs to stop jumping out of planes, though. That would be a good idea.
oh, he broke his 100th jump not too long ago. That was a dream of his. But I mean, I wish he would stop because I fear for it. But I mean, it was like his like kudos to himself for his like weight loss.
Right.
So he saw something that he couldn't do, lost his weight, and then he jumped out of a plane.
And then he kept jumping out of the plane.
Kept jumping.
I feel
kept
like there are
jumping.
different options though. That he
Yeah,
could
you're
have.
correct.
there's-
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
Like, get yourself
thousands.
some new clothes. Here we go.
Yeah.
You're done.
Ride,
Like,
a-
come on.
ride a roller coaster.
Well,
Right,
no,
dude,
his original like reason for it was we took a family trip to Orlando, and he was very upset with himself because he was 435 or almost 450 pounds at
Yeah.
one point, and he couldn't ride any of the roller coasters with his kids. It was my first time ever on a roller coaster, first time to an amusement park, and he was crushed he couldn't ride it with us.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "This is my turnaround point." And so he talked to the VA, and he got a gastro bypass.
Yeah.
And so he got a lot of his stomach cut out. I mean, it's a constant struggle. There's so many like bad side effects, and he caught almost all of them immediately. And so now that he's like turned and he's like healthy with it, he's finally happy. He was like, "I'm going to go skydiving."
Yeah.
And so Johnny wanted to do it for his 18th. And then after my dad did it, he just grew a love for the sport. And so now he's actually trying to get to the competitive sports side of it.
Yeah.
Is
So-
it a sports side of it?
There's a full sports side to it.
Like competitions and stuff.
There's like
Who
actual
can fall the best?
well, so-
best.
well, no, it's like very scary. He was showing me videos and photos he was taking himself. The spot he goes in West Tennessee, there's this like water strip. It's like about a football field, if not a little bit longer, just a water pond. And they'll come from the sky, they'll drop down, and they'll pull their chute last second, and they'll pull up, and they'll skim across the water.
Mhm.
And whoever can start at the beginning of the water and go the farthest, like
Yeah.
wins, or whoever can do tricks while skimming. And people will stick their foot too deep and at 150 miles per hour just tumble in the water
Yeah.
and flip.
So he started this after he lost the weight, right?
Yeah.
So it sounds like something that's going to be happening as you lose your 50 pounds. Then we're going to go and
All
No.
of Denton.
we have to celebrate. Like that's
even
Yep.
get in a plane. What
those
makes you
are
think
the
I'm gonna
rules.
go skydiving?
We didn't make up the rules.
That's how we celebrate weight loss, by throwing
Well,
people
so-
out of
Yes,
planes.
like you didn't get the
So,
memo.
yeah.
It's not bad. My first jump at 15 years old, I was doing a
And now
tandem.
he's trying to throw shade over here.
Right.
You know,
Well, no.
at 15,
I
you
want
know.
to. I want to go again. I've done it twice now, but my first time doing it, I was doing a tandem jump, and my jump instructor, his name was Mike, and he was this crazy Australian, and he had the accent and everything, and he like looked at me and he's like, "You ready, buddy?" I'm like, "Not really," because on the ground I was like, you can ask my dad and my brother. I was crying. I was scared for my life. I get in the plane, like a flip switch or a switch flipped.
A flip
And-
switched?
Yeah, a flip switch. Yeah, I
Kick
can't
flip.
speak.
Absolutely not.
But,
Absolutely
but no, I
not.
was like ready to go, and then he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, we're just gonna jump straight out. It's gonna be an easy jump, whatever." And then he grabs the sides and does an immediate backflip out, and I lost where I was at and was scared immediately.
I'm sure it's all easy.
Yeah.
physically easy to.
Well, you don't have to do anything.
you know.
You sit
Gravity's
there-
going to do it for you.
You sit there, you
Take
grab
that
your
first
chest,
step.
and you let the person behind you do everything.
See, when you're talking about it being a sport, the first thing that came to my mind was like you jump and then you like try to navigate through like these invisible
The
rings or
loops.
whatever.
Like in a video game.
Yes, they set the rings up
Yep.
in the sky.
Yep.
You're jumping out with the BMX bike, doing like tail whips in the sky.
Oh my
Kickflip
gosh.
at 15,000 feet in the air.
Tyler's just playing real life Fortnite.
I
He has
guess,
no
right,
idea.
yeah. Where we landing? No.
Or
absolutely
target
not.
practice, I guess.
Yeah.
Put a bullseye on the ground.
Wow.
See, that's what I've seen that before where they have like the different things that are worth money. You land on them and you get
Yeah.
points or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I'm never going to do it. And I like roller coasters and stuff like that, but don't
Scott-
sign me up for that.
Skydiving's fun. It's definitely like a. I mean, you're afraid of the water, so you might as well go for the sky. So
Yeah. No, equally as afraid of
What?
of
What?
not equally. No, I'd rather
Have you
skydive than
ever
go in the
seen
ocean. So.
Sharknado? You can't do that either.
Right. They're there too. They're everywhere. And I should know. I'm a shark attack survivor. Okay.
what's the story behind that? 'Cause
I get-
I've heard it a million times, and I'm still lost.
Literally a million times.
I
1 million.
in Branson, I heard shark attack at least.
Long story
17
short,
times.
he dipped his toe in the ocean and walked back to
It was no. That's not what happened.
long story.
Okay.
Cliff Notes version right
he
there.
stood on the beach and saw.
What
it.
happens is we went to the beach, okay, and I got in.
He's
and
already drawn it out.
I got in, okay, it was like at least like chest high.
But,
like it's
but you started like pointing at your
Right.
I thought you
And
said you walked out with Zaylee.
and I no.
oh, I thought
walked-
I could have sworn he does. Like, how's it gonna be chest high if you're with Zaylee?
No, I walked out
Yeah,
with
as
I walked
he's
out with
pointing at
Zeke.
his knees right now.
Okay. It was chest high, and I felt something brush against my leg. I'm like, oh no, it's gonna get Zeke because I pushed him out the way. Like it's gonna be
pushed
you
him
or me.
as
It's gonna be you or me. You're gonna, it's like, look. And a shark, it bit me. It bit me in the leg, and I punched it in the face, and it took off.
That
Yeah.
sounds like how Jennifer
Nobody-
Bearcat survived.
Yeah, right.
Bearcat's
show
more.
us the score.
Nobody, I can't. I've got sweats on. I can't show you. This
I got
isn't
a
part
knife.
of the show. Why are we on this? Let's move on. Come on. And nobody believes me because it didn't happen.
I got
Exactly.
The first-
we now have
I know my truth.
audio proof.
the first
I know
time
my
I went
truth.
to the ocean. I got stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Oh yeah.
I've
No,
heard that's
uh,
very painful.
It was not fun. It almost felt like, oh gosh, how to explain it?
Stop trying to take my thunder and my shark attack survival. Okay. Jellyfish and me getting attacked by a shark is not the same
No,
thing.
so-
Tyler,
You're
okay.
right.
I'm pretty
because
sure
it
I was
actually
closer to dying.
happened.
No, I remember that
Gosh.
thing was big. Like it left marks.
Did you
like-
punch it in the face?
No, I
Then
hit
you
it with
shouldn't talk
I
about
didn't know. I hit it with a boogie board. I had a boogie board. I hit it with a
Jellyfish
boogie
have
board.
face? Have faces? I don't.
I'm sure it's somewhere on there.
Old
I don't know.
faces. But no,
My
I remember
first
the
ever-
marks. Like it
Not
left
on
up my
SpongeBob.
leg. It was so weird.
Wow.
My first ever swim in Guam, we did a run swim PT, and so we ran 4 miles, hopped in the marina, and swam about a quarter mile.
That sounds dumb.
And yeah, oh, it's horrible. It's
Like a horrible
horrible.
idea.
So I was swimming through the marina, and they're like, "Oh, stay away from the right. That's where all the coral's at. You'll end up scraping yourself up pretty bad."
Yeah.
And so I'm swimming, and I like started to veer off to the right because I'm not the best at navigating in the water. And I kick something real hard, and I'm like, "Oh, it's coral." And I look behind me, and I see a little sea turtle head pop up.
Oh.
And I kicked a sea turtle, and
Yeah.
I immediately apologized, and I felt so bad.
You kick Crush in the head.
yeah, I kicked Crush.
Or you said it was a little one. What's the little one? Squirt.
yeah, squirt.
Wow.
Now,
How
as,
dare you.
as a turtle
He's
owner
trying to
myself,
talk
I
to
felt
me, I know
really
it.
bad.
You don't
just
take
trying to
care
give
of
you
that
noggin.
turtle.
Well, you're the one that wanted the turtle and started begging for it. So,
Oh, I'm surprised she doesn't have it. Then.
Right.
I do.
oh, she
I do.
That
Oh,
turtle?
my gosh.
No, not that.
Oh,
one.
okay.
I've had a turtle for like.
right before I left for boot
Yeah,
camp,
2
like
years almost.
I think a month before I left, she was like, "Oh, we should get a pet turtle," and I was like, "You get a pet turtle." So I was like, "You buy the
So
tank."
she went and bought a. He went and bought a turtle.
I was like, "You buy the tank, you buy all the stuff, I'll buy the turtle." And the turtle's only $30, so I made out cheap this time. So-
Less
No,
than
Financial,
one
Right.
financial
Let
planning
that
right
sink
there.
in.
oh yeah, I did buy the tank.
Let that say. Oh, look. It's, oh,
I
man.
did
Never
buy the
mind.
tank.
He
Financial
came in
planning
just
out the window.
confident, just like, yeah, it was. I got off cheap. Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
But I did buy
yeah.
everything
Yeah, I
else.
did get that.
Yeah.
Mm.
She bought the water.
Right.
she bought the water that I had to climb through the window and feed the hose through the window to fill the tank
No,
up.
you did not.
Yes, I did. I remember distinctively. I climbed through the window.
He's a
hooked
turtle
the
attack
hose up.
survivor.
I'm a turtle attack survivor.
No, you karate kicked a Ninja Turtle in the face. That's
Yep.
what happened.
Yep, Donatello.
My My goodness gracious.
He was just
man.
trying to give you noggin.
Yeah, I know.
You gave him foot in the face, you jerk.
I felt so bad.
So I apologized
I was
immediately.
sitting there like, I like looked back and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I started treading water, and like my higher up behind me was like, why are you stopped? Are you tired? I was like, I just kicked a turtle. I feel bad.
Gosh dang.
You did not say that to your superior.
Yeah.
Please tell me you didn't.
I did.
Oh my God. And he's still in the Navy.
You
That's
see,
amazing.
this is the problem.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
tell you what.
it's not like the Marines. The Marines, they yell at you over everything. Where I'm at, it's like
Gosh.
it's like rainbows and
He's
sunshines.
not wrong. I got yelled at for having stuff in my pockets.
How dare you?
My hands.
Oh.
They were my hands.
Oh, we get yelled at for that, but
Okay, so moving on. I know y'all like to sit and talk about the military for 4.5 hours, but
Man.
so what is some of the things that you have to do to be on that road in 2024 of achieving these things that you've talked about? You know, we talk
Planning.
about losing weight, we talk about, you know, having kids, we talk about being better parents, we talk about graduating. What are some of the things that you need to work on to help that happen?
I think first, for all of us, really, it's mapping that out and planning,
Yeah.
which obviously, you know, things don't always go to plan, but having a plan is better than not. And then you get to that point in time, you're like, well, why didn't this happen? Well, you kind of sat there and did
Right.
nothing.
Discipline, man, that's one
Yeah.
thing with me.
Yeah,
really bad, because I will put everything in place and do everything I can to make it happen. You know, we talk about weight loss, like I want to get back in the gym, like we've talked about this, you know, for a while. But then when it's time to do it, it's like the plan's in place. Okay, this is when we're going to go. This is what time we're going to go. This is how we're going to do it. And then it's just like, I don't really want to do that.
You know what's so funny about that is me and Jennifer had this conversation about you today.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because, you know, we was originally supposed to be here at 3.
yeah,
And he was like, hey, let's do 4. And I was like, Mike cannot
yeah.
make a plan and just do the plan. He can't do it. Like
Yeah.
physically can't do it.
Partially our fault because we were watching One Tree Hill.
Right. Well, and then also when you get a hold of the person, they go, hey, you want to do 3, right? And I'm like, well, what do you think of 4? That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
well, we're sitting there, we're
It's
watching
fine
Gilmore
with me.
Girls.
That's-
All right,
that
then. Well,
was
then-
the point of
Well
the
then,
conversation.
what's the problem? I don't understand what the
My point was
I don't get what the
that you never follow through with said plans. That was the point of the whole conversation.
The point is,
The
Richard's like a
word-
pretzel and he's salty.
yeah
I'm not that at all. salty. I don't-
yeah he is.
I was just trying to make a point to help you with your planning problem.
The word no is such a powerful thing.
How would you know?
Right,
'Cause I'm trying to learn the
Shut
word.
up.
I'm trying to learn the word.
I'm over
That's
here
all.
like, did he watch one of his sermons?
That's funny.
Because that was one of your sermons like, what, 3 months ago?
Just no.
Just no, because that was one of your sermons right before I left. Was
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Also, practicality. And being, what's the word? Realistic in your goals and how you want to achieve them.
Yeah.
Like weight loss and like getting into the gym and being fit. The hardest thing, there's 2 hard parts. The first one's starting. The second part is the time period you don't see any results, but you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Those are really the hardest parts.
Yeah, and that's good because you hear a lot of people like you would have been, you know, hey, I'd like to lose 50 pounds by the end of February. It's like, dude,
Right,
that's not a
happening,
realistic
right.
goal to set. And I think that's where a lot of people get sidetracked at the
Right.
beginning of the year is they set unrealistic goals for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to save $10,000 this year. It's like,
Okay.
you don't have that much room
Right.
to be able to do that.
Guess
in
you
the
gotta
first
stop
place.
paying
You only
your
make-
bills.
You only make 20.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So it's like that's not a realistic thing, and you're never going to be able to achieve that. And it's great to push yourself and try to set the bar high, but
But also be realistic
Right.
and give yourself grace.
right,
in those
because
times
it's
too.
Well, and that, the first thing I said was absolutely no sugar. And then I'm like, I'm not going to stick to that.
well, just bread
At
has
all.
sugar in it.
Right. Well, that's what Jennifer
Really,
said.
everything
Everything has
does.
sugar in it.
Yeah.
But so it's and Jim said to also, wow. Jim also said that it's about a lifestyle change, not
Yeah.
just dieting,
Yeah.
but really changing every aspect. And with me, it's about time management, like finding, and it's even with my spiritual growth, you know, finding time to pray and to get into the Word, finding time to go to the gym, finding time to do the things that I need to do to make these goals happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that, they are life changing.
Right.
So you're going to have to change something
Right.
to match that. But my biggest thing, coming from someone with experience in that area, water and eat as much protein as you can.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
I was about to say one thing
two
that I've
biggest things.
experienced from watching my father go through that journey as well was like cutting out one small thing. Like, for example, if you drink sodas, no more sodas, not even diet sodas.
Yeah.
Find, if you have like those like caffeine headaches, find something that has like a small bit of caffeine that'll give your like body what it wants for a minute. But just cutting out sodas for 2 months, he lost 15 pounds. But then again, he was also way bigger than your size. So like cutting out like one small thing at a time will also, like, the negatives will help out.
Right.
That's the practical and realistic side of it.
Well, I find it interesting, because we always say this in a lot of ways. We say, well, I need to find the time. The time's not lost.
Right.
We just use it for other things,
Right.
so it's same with me, talking about wanting to be a better father. It's like, oh, I need to find the time for my kids. No, I have the time. I just use it doing other things,
Right.
so just being very focused, hyper-focused on allocating that time for those reasons.
Right.
We get home and we say, oh, well, we should go to the gym, but I don't really feel like it, or I don't really have the time. You have the time. You just sit there and watch TV for 3 hours before you go to bed. Like, you have the time. Read your Bible. You have the time. You just use it for something else.
And that's something that aggravates me about me is I'll come home from work and, I'll sit down with supper and I'll turn the TV on.
Yeah.
That's what I do every night. Nothing good coming out of
Yeah.
that. And then I'll yell at my kids for making noise when they're just trying to talk to me and spend
Right.
time with me, and it's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm same exact way, man.
I seen this picture on Facebook. It was like groceries, $200. Nope, can't do it. Too expensive. New iPhone, $300-$400. Bet, let's go. And then just
Right.
different
Just
different examples of that. And it's like it's really just it's right down to our choices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Prioritizing.
like for me, like I'm real bad about it. I'll eat out almost every night, like lunch and dinner. But I see in my mind whenever I go grocery shopping for a single person, it's like $150.
Yeah.
Me seeing that leave my bank account immediately, I'm like, oh, that's horrible. But I see $10 here, $10 there. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's way
It's
cheaper.
not that bad.
But like the week before I left, I was like real strict on myself. It was like grocery shopping, eating in the room only. And I was ending every check at like $200. Ended that check at $800 that time.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm saving way more money.
Especially one person.
And
Like,
so it's like,
it's different now. It's really different when you have multiple people. It is cheaper to eat out a lot of times.
oh yeah.
We can go to McDonald's for $20 and feed my family of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. Can't do that at the store. But you're one person.
Oh,
Dude,
you're saving
oh my
so
goodness.
much more
a
money.
gallon of milk's going to last you half the month.
Oh yeah. I was like sitting there. I was like, I went grocery shopping once and I went grocery shopping a week later and I was like, my bill went from $150 down to $40.
Yeah.
Because I already have all the stuff. It lasts forever.
Right.
And like I went and bought all the seasonings and stuff. Those seasonings are gonna last me a year plus.
Right.
So
We tell Lee, get some hamburger meat, get some cereal, get some Pop-Tarts, get some hot dogs, get some noodles. You're set for the month. Like, you have no reason.
especially if you're like a single person, like, and you cook like you're cooking for a family of 4,
Yeah.
that's your lunch for the next 4 days.
Yeah.
And then you cook another meal, that's your dinner for the next 4 days off $8.
Yeah.
And so
And she was like that her first semester. She was really bad at. She paid for the meal plan, so you get that. You're paying for it no matter what, whether you eat it or not. Well, she go, well, I don't feel like eating the school food. I want to eat out. It's like, well, go get your plate and take it and put it in your fridge and eat it like tomorrow for lunch or something. Like, you're wasting and we do that a lot with not just food but our time. Is we waste it because we're doing it. We're putting it in other things, and then at the end of the day, going, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough energy, or I don't have enough money, or I don't have what it fill in the blank because we're putting it in other things.
Yeah.
And not, you were talking about money. You want to be able to finance better.
exactly.
Well, you have to tell it where to go.
Yep.
You have to really be mindful of, okay, this is where my money is going to go. Same with food. All right, here's what I'm going to eat. This is it. This is what I need to focus on. Same with time, whatever it may be. This is what I'm going to focus on. And you have to tell, you have to be very strict with yourself on how to do those things.
With your time, like recording the podcast at 3, but watching another episode of One Tree Hill, like
That's right. That was
Yeah.
good. That was time well spent.
It was-
focusing the time.
Time well spent.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it and I'm like, look, if we record at 3, we're going to be done and trying to figure out, do we go back home and then come back at 6? Do we not?
The goal was to record a couple episodes, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Which we can still do.
Don't holler at me.
I think that was a calm tone.
Shut up, Jake.
It's pretty calm.
And I had this conversation with my best friend Andrew a while back. He was, he's he's a firefighter, and he's really athletic and fit, and he's always in the gym, and that was like our thing. And then, in the past year, I kind of stopped because I was working a little more, and I want to have enough time to spend with Liv and the dogs at home. And me and him were talking about that, and I kind of felt bad about myself by, stopping myself from going to the gym just to be at home. And I told him that. He's like, that's kind of an admirable thing,
Yeah.
If you can find stuff to keep yourself fit and healthy, otherwise outside the gym, that's great. But he's like, the fact that you want to prioritize that is a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because people don't understand when you've got other things going on. Like, I think we get very stuck in, well, if I could do it, you could do it. Well, yeah, but people have other things going on.
Right.
Like, it's a lot easier for a person that's single to get in the gym every day,
Right.
to eat right, to get enough sleep, to do all these things.
yeah.
Now you throw kids in the mix. Now you throw a job in the mix. Now you throw a marriage in the mix. Now you throw all these things. It's a lot harder to do, but I think we like to compare ourselves to others. Like, well, why don't you just lose the weight? You just go to the gym. It's like, you don't understand. I've got kids to give showers to, and I've got, to tuck them into bed, and I got to spend time with them. I got basketball games. I got to pick them up from school. It's a lot different
'Cause
life.
Everybody wants a piece of you.
Right. Yeah.
I also
So
think
it's,
with the gym thing, everybody's doing the gym so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, we're all sitting in there. We like walk up to the bench. We're like, oh, I'm going to bench press 250 pounds today.
Who?
Tyler.
Who?
I mean,
Tyler
other
thinks
than
he's-
Tyler.
Tyler thinks he's going to lift like he's 6'5".
Right.
My max is actually
Nobody
255.
cares.
Thank you very much.
Anyways.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, right. You're kind of hitting the nail on the head on that. When I was in the gym, it was, the last time I was really hitting the gym was for that competition. That stuff's not practical and it's not functional. I think a lot more people need to understand when it comes to physical fitness. Do stuff that's going to help propel you to when you're 56 years old and you can go outside and run around with your
Right.
grandchildren.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, like I can't do the weights to save my life because my body's horrible. But I can, I focus real big on my cardio, and running on a treadmill just wasn't it for me. I can't sit there and stare at the TV they have in the gym or stare at how far I'm going in front of me. So one thing we do is we just run around the base, or we'll run out in the streets, and we'll do it in safe. We'll have vest and all this high vis. But one thing that helped me not focus on my body and my breathing and the pain I have while I'm running was just the scenery around me, just looking around, seeing the trees, seeing nature, seeing the road. That's also one thing that'll help with running if you do running.
And see, Abby, you don't have to worry about this right now because you're still in high school. Okay. So
Well, I also can't run without any.
that's true too.
Just can't
That's
run in
very
general.
true.
Barely walk.
That's very true. And you don't realize this until you start getting older, and it's harder to stay in shape, and it's harder to get up and get around because you're in school and you do it naturally. You're walking to class every day. You're doing
You're
nothing but
already
moving.
getting 10,000 steps.
Yeah, right, all day long. Then you get out of school and you go to college, and you get out of college, and it's you don't exercise much. So this is what we've ran into which we didn't mean for this to turn into a fitness episode, but
I'm fine with it.
This is Tyler's alley.
but what happens is you realize what I've realized anyway, very hyperbolic, is that I used to be able to just diet and stay in shape and just kind of exercise when I needed to. I'd play ball and whatever, and then now that's not good enough because I'm just on a constant diet all year long.
Yeah.
And it's just okay, this isn't doing enough. I got to exercise and I got to get up. But the more you don't do it, the harder it is to do it. It's a terrible circle. It's I don't feel like doing it, so I don't do it. And then because I don't do it, I feel worse. And now I really don't feel like doing it. And it just keeps going.
Preach.
It just keeps going around. But
Yeah, that was me when when me and Liv started going back to the gym recently because I came to I was like, we need to get back to the gym, and I kept pushing off when are we going to start? I keep thinking about how hard this is going to start.
Yeah.
Like how hard it is to start. But I just keep thinking, it's going to suck either way. I'd rather start now, get it over with,
Yeah.
and then instead of keep pushing off the inevitable.
Well, and I have a kind of a weird factor about that. Like, I'm embarrassed to go to the gym.
Okay, and see, and here's the thing. I always love talking about
There's
this.
a thing.
I always
Here's the
love
thing.
talking about this because Liv was the exact same way. Coming from someone that I did competition. I've been in the gym for 6 years. We don't care. Not to say we don't care about you, but I'm focused on me. Whatever you're doing, I don't even know because I'm focused on me. The people that are in there doing what they're focused on doing, they're focused on themselves. Obviously, if you're in there kind of making a fool of yourself using the machine wrong, then yeah, that might raise a few eyebrows.
Right.
But we're solely focused on ourselves.
And I bet like 90% of the people in there, like if Tyler was in there like lifting competition weights and you knew nothing about him, you didn't even know him as a person, and you didn't know how to use these machines, someone of his stature would be more than happy to teach you how to do proper
Right.
form as well.
Well, see,
Nobody's in there to tear you down.
But see, I've experienced the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
Where you do have gym bros that
Oh, well,
absolutely will laugh at you, make fun of you, be in there getting mad at you because you don't understand gym etiquette because you've never been in there.
Right.
That's what I don't like about it. That's what, the 24-hour fitnesses I like because you can go after the gym bros get out of there.
Mhm.
Yep.
The ones that are in there filming themselves and the ones that are in there and they know everything about everything and you're not doing this right. It's like, dude, I'm just in here trying to I'm not in here trying to be a competition weightlifter.
Right.
I'm just in here trying to get in shape.
You're not here to make TikToks.
Right, right,
Mhm.
Or when are you going to be done with that machine?
right.
I need it. You
Yeah.
know.
right. It's like, I've just got over it. Well, you're not using it right, first of all. Okay, dude, sorry.
Right.
First time in here.
And those are the people that I don't see part of the legit gym community.
Yeah.
That's also why I love about going to like public and commercial gyms is the community. Like Dark Horse, when I went to Dark Horse, like the people there are the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
They're the people that own them. So were supporting me when I was going through my prep for the competition. They have a poster of me hanging up on their freaking wall, and just the community of being around people that are like-mindedness and supportive, just all together is part of what kind of completes the whole gym experience for me. Having a good facility, obviously having a good plan and all that, but also, being at a place with it's kind of like a church, being at a place with like-minded people with the same goals, willing to support you and help you.
Yeah.
Moving on from that.
Yeah.
Set a plan. That's kind of what you get out of all of it is just set a plan and
Set a plan, be practical, and give yourself grace. Really.
that's
Abby,
good.
you got a lot to add down there. I'll just.
Yeah, your turn.
Are you awake?
I'm very awake.
All right.
Shockingly.
All right.
But
What you got?
nothing really. I ain't got to
Okay.
work out right now.
Right.
I
How
can eat
is the
pretty
com-
much
how
all
is
I
the-
want.
And
Be
say, yeah,
fine.
that'll go away too.
Yeah.
And I had a buddy in school that was like that. He could eat and eat and eat and not gain
I'm
a pound.
just now getting that because before I'd eat and just grow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I eat and grow. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. It's the
See, I that's the opposite for me. When I started like bulking for my competition, I was eating close to 3,000 calories, and I was eating 6 times a day, and it was rough. And I probably put on maybe 15 pounds of muscle in 4 months, 5 months.
Man.
It's tough for it's tough
Yeah.
for hard gainers out here.
I don't know nothing about that.
nope, not my thing. Give me a treadmill and elliptical, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Pair of
But that's like I
headphones.
was talking with you the other day about being practical. Like I know you don't want to hit the heavy weights. Resistance bands, you can buy them. They're cheap, and I love resistance bands. I'm always using them, especially when I warm up.
Yeah, it's just not something I'm interested in at all.
You're all about the cardio.
That's it. I just
You
want to be
wanna-
able to.
Basketball
Tom.
Friday night, boys.
Yeah, buddy, I'm so excited.
I'm excited to use those shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to play basketball Friday.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Cool.
What is
Landmark.
Landmark?
Yep.
I was thinking Leno. Yeah, Landmark.
Yeah,
Oh,
y'all doing a
yeah.
full
Yeah.
game
Over
or?
there.
It's
I guess it depends on
pick
who
up.
all's there. Yeah.
We had 8 guys there, so we were able to run 4s for full court.
I may join in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
That's gonna be good.
I leave
Bubby's got a-
Saturday.
Bubby's got a basketball game at 6, and then we're gonna go after that up there. But yeah, that was always my thing. Is I just play ball and
Yeah.
stay in shape.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
any kind of weights just wasn't, which it would have helped me absolutely. I'm not doubting that for a second. Just not anything I'm interested in. man.
Cardio's been something I've been needing to really kind of hammer. Because y'all know about my heart condition,
Mhm.
and the times where it's, I guess, flared up like that is when at times of like, I was playing basketball or doing something physically active, and honestly it scares me when that happens,
Yeah.
because I've read all the research, and it's not life threatening, it's more just inconvenient, but man,
Right.
it's kind of scary.
Does it feel like a panic attack, I guess, or something like
Almost,
that?
it feels
Yeah.
like I'm sitting down sprinting a marathon,
Yeah.
because that, like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
how
that-
you're how you kind of have like a, not like a chest pain after you run, but how it's like, it's just kind of tight. And
Trying to catch your breath
Yeah.
again. Yeah.
Well, and that's what I try to get Richard done, because we kind of mess with him a lot about his weight, because it's something that he's trying to work on, and I told him, I said, look, man, when on Monday he comes to me and he's like, man, I got to lose weight. And on Tuesday he's eating a half a pizza. And I come to him and I'm like, hey, look, man, I'm going to be on you because you are one of my best friends in the world. Like, I'd like you to be around. And that's what more of it is, with him, with me, with you, we just want to be healthy. It's not so much about what you look like. It's not about just losing weight for the sake of losing weight. It's losing weight to be healthy.
Yeah.
To make sure you're in shape, and make sure, because, you may be a little bit bigger, but be in perfect shape and perfect health. Awesome. But it's just not healthy where we're going. I think I just read a study that said by the year 2030, half or 2/3 of Americans will be obese.
Yeah, we're probably close to that.
Crazy.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's because we're in an era where obese it's not a medical term anymore. It's now derogatory.
It's normal.
A slur.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna say
and-
it's treated as a slur.
Yeah, and that community is trying to kind of fight against, when doctors say, all these complications, these health complications arise from being obese, and they're trying to fight that. And then we're kind of to a point where doctors are starting to comply with that, and like, oh, well, maybe we've been wrong. No, not really. If research suggests
Right.
otherwise.
Yeah. So here's something to think about. It just in the Christian communities, we're okay with us being physically obese but spiritually anorexic.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think, because we focus so much on indulging ourselves and not indulging with God, not doing these things that feed our spiritual man, but we're so quick to feed our physical.
And I've often thought that would be a really good ministry for somebody,
Yeah.
point at Tyler, that could start that,
Yeah.
really bring that to light. That, like you've said before, we talk about sin and we always ignore things like the gluttony,
Mhm.
overeating and things,
The ones that are really in the church
Right.
that
Yeah.
we don't want to talk about because we
Right.
might lose members.
Yeah.
You've got multiple 400-pound people in your
Mhm.
church, and it's like, that is a sin. Gluttony is a sin.
Yeah. Well, the verse where it says, like, being taking care of yourself spiritually is more
Right.
important than taking care of yourself physically. I think, to me, that's not to say that taking care of yourself is not important.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's saying that they're both on a level of importance.
Yeah.
One's just a little higher up there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you have to. I mean, again, you have to. You can't be just overweight, out of shape, just unhealthy, and be able to be productive
Right.
in the body of Christ. Like, you've got to be able to do things to if you can't get out of the house because you're morbidly obese, like you're no use. Like, what are you doing?
And we went on this youth trip this week, and everybody played laser tag. Well, my knees wouldn't support that right now, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. It's just a stupid thing that I know is a problem and I have to fix. So,
yeah, and we're all there, man.
Yeah,
Abby needs to fix her knees too.
She's working on it.
Oh,
Mine's technically fixed.
technically fixed.
It's not technically fixed to where you could have played laser tag with us. So,
Well, no, my knee was sore.
Weren't you complaining the whole time at Branson your knee was hurting?
Yeah, because it was cold.
she gonna be one of them. Oh, it's about to rain. My knees.
I feel it. I feel it
I
right
used to-
here.
I used to be that real bad.
That's funny. Yeah, because y'all both of your y'all just
Our kids are gonna
Both
come
of
out.
my
right. That's right. Just gonna come out with knee braces on.
I'm not buying a stroller. I'm buying a wheelchair. I'll say.
A man, right? That is awesome. So, how do y'all in 2024 plan on trying to spend more time together? I know that's kind of a hard thing with you finishing school, getting ready for college, and you being at Guam.
Me being 7,000 miles away.
Yeah, that kind of puts a damper on
So
it.
there's all we really can do is call, FaceTime, and text
Yeah.
because I get off work around 4:00. It's midnight here.
Yeah,
Like it's horrible. So it's mainly just like either I stay up real late or she stays up real late, or I'll text her. She's getting ready to go to school. But I'm getting to the point where I'm like further in my command, like further in my job now, and I have more trust in like from my leadership and just my peers around me where they're allowing me to go to schools. So a plane ticket's $2,000.
right.
That's more than what or almost as much as I get paid monthly.
Yeah,
And so they're sending me to schools, and I get a school like I have one set up to go to California. I'd rather pay the $700 plane ticket from California to Missouri.
right.
So I'm getting a lot more of those schools, and I can take leave.
Yeah,
But right now, I plan on taking around a month in May. It depends because we have a deployment coming up, and I can't leave on deployments.
yeah,
Because we get them so rare. But I have a month planned then, and then after that, I'll have roughly 20 more days I can take. So I'll probably be back in Christmas again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to
that's
take.
cool.
I'm gonna try to take the holidays every year
yeah,
because
Hey, it's mainly just making time.
yeah,
yeah,
Figuring
it's
out what we can and can't afford to do.
right.
So,
Yeah, yeah. Because you'll be starting school in
mhm.
August, right? College.
I plan on going back there for Thanksgiving in November.
Yeah.
could go online and live in Guam.
No,
University of Guam's accepting. They do nursing.
not,
I'll say one
not gonna
thing.
happen.
Oh,
I'd say
dang.
one thing impressive about y'all is the amount of trust that y'all have to have
Yeah.
with each other that you don't
Mhm.
see
Right.
in the majority of couples y'all's age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah,
I don't mean to air her business. She'll probably yell at me later, but but in
She'll
the,
yell at you now.
in the beginning of a relationship, that was one thing I was real bad at was trust.
Yeah.
It was within both of us. I mean, we both had our faults, but to see where we've came now from where we were at is amazing. Like we've had so many arguments about it. Like we both had each other on Life 360 and still weren't
Yeah.
trusting each other fully. And it was mainly me. I'll admit that. But now to see where we're at, we're like she'll go out riding around with friends. I'm like, all right, cool,
yeah.
have fun. Text me.
Well, and that's part of the problem is that y'all's age kids are constantly connected.
Mm-hmm.
So almost that level of not trusting others is just built into you because you're used to knowing I'm gonna text you, you better text me right back, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
message you, you better message me right back. And when that doesn't happen, when you get into the real world and you realize people work, people have stuff going on, and they can't text you back, now you're anxious and you're wondering what's happening. Your mind's going all places because you're used to constantly being connected.
Yeah, like
Say, another thing we had issues with was communication.
Yeah.
'Cause
oh.
when I get upset, and this one was mainly on me, I tend to shut down.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't want to talk.
Oh, Liv? Oh,
Yeah, we-
sorry.
Oh,
We had this talk the other night in
no.
the cabin. We had this talk the other night in the cabin. All the guys did. But yeah, that was one real big thing about it. And it was before I'd ask her, and like 3 days later, I'm still asking her for the same problem.
Yeah.
But now it just takes about 2-3 hours.
Well, again, it that comes back to culture.
Mhm.
Everybody's scared of confrontation.
Right.
So instead of saying, hey, this upset me, let's talk about it. Instead, we'll just bottle it up till finally it gets to a point to where it blows up.
Exactly.
And you go, whoa, where'd that come from? Oh, you remember last month when this happened? And you're like,
Right.
Last
no,
month when you
I had
said
no,
nothing.
Nah,
right. It's like, I had no idea you were upset about that.
She'll look at me and she like 2 years ago, 3
Right,
days, 7
right.
seconds. Like, and I'm like, what happened? Because I don't even remember what happened last month. And then she's like, you remember when you did this, this, and this?
Yeah.
I said, I don't remember
Instead
my
of
last breathing pattern.
instead of in the moment saying, "Hey, this is how I feel. You made me upset. Let's talk about it."
and it'd be fixed right there.
Oh, absolutely. You'll realize, one, you misunderstood. Two, they didn't mean it that way, and now they're going, "Oh, I'm sorry, you know what I mean." Or three, you're both mad at each other. You talk it out, and now things are a little bit better, and now we've grown and moved
Yeah.
forward.
And I feel like a lot of times it's not as big of a deal as you think it is.
Right.
Oh,
No,
no.
not
Because
at
what'll
all.
happen is that one thing, okay, well, you'll bottle it up, and then something that's not that bad because it's partnered with that is now worse than what it really is.
Yeah, we'll have arguments or whatever. She'll be mad at me, and I'll be like, "Why are you mad at me?" She goes, "You stole the covers," and like she won't tell me that for like a couple hours, and now I'm mad
I
at
don't
her.
get mad at you for stealing the
I'm
covers.
making like a stupid
Just for example.
but like it'll be something as small as that, and then now I'm mad at her because she didn't tell me in the moment, and so
Right.
now it's an even bigger deal, and it's like
Over something stupid.
over something so
Yeah.
small that could be fixed.
Yep.
And another thing that makes it a struggle really is there's always that thing of growing apart instead of together.
Yeah.
And with us being so far away, it's easier to grow apart than it is to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just have to decide that it's worth it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Which we've done good so far.
Right.
It's been over a year now, so
Very cool.
Yeah.
Which like another thing I would say for like any like long distance couples, just because they're not answering doesn't mean they're out.
Right.
Because I know 99.9% of the time when
Taking a nap.
she doesn't answer.
Taking a nap.
I was saying 99.9% of the time she is snoring
Yep.
and waking up the neighbors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
funny. She called, or you called. She accidentally answers, and all you hear is,
right.
No. So
Get
so
off
we'll
there.
call each other, and it's so late for her. And I remember I was like talking to her, and I was playing my game, and I had both headphones on. And it's like sound canceling headphones, and I hear like a snore, or I hear
That's
like a
funny.
grumble, and I'm like, "What's going on in my game?" And I'm like now looking around in the game for what's going on, and I look down at the phone. I'm like, "Oh, she's snoring," and I'm
"Oh
like,
no!"
click, and then she'll immediately text me. She goes, "Why'd you hang up?"
Oh my
Because you're
gosh, that's
snoring.
funny. Yeah, no, that's something that, again, it even us as being older, and even Tyler is you kind of learn, you know, in a relationship. It's like, hey, sometimes they're just busy, or sometimes they can't tell you everything that happened in their day because that would take forever. You know, it's like some things you learn to not get mad at and kind of let go, and you know, hey, you didn't text me right back. Well, yeah, I was, it was the middle of the day. It was kind of busy.
Or you'll get someone like Liv that will call you, and you're busy, but she called you.
Liv, we are not
like-
co-signing this. I'm just saying, me and Richard are innocent on this.
No, because you
saying
told me the
this.
same thing about Jeremy. Joe,
putting
you'll
yours
see the
down.
phone
No, this
ring.
is- hold on.
You'll see the phone ring, and you don't get to it in time, and it goes voicemail. You pick it up, call.
Oh, yes,
and goes
okay,
straight
yeah.
to voicemail.
Yeah.
Like, did you just throw your phone across the room?
Right.
Because
Just
you're
take
so
off.
mad because I didn't answer
Take
the
off
phone.
running from the phone. He didn't answer.
She's like, "Oh, you didn't answer on the first ring."
Right.
And I'm like,
Oh.
"My phone's across the room." Like,
Yeah.
Saw a video. It was a reel. It was how women expect us to answer our phone. He's
Yes.
like holding a TV and phone rings. He just throws the TV down on the ground and answers the phone.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I swear. Yeah. Yeah. Or you'll call them, they won't answer, and then you'll see a Facebook post they put up 28 seconds later,
Right.
and you're just like,
You get posted about?
I'm very bad about answering my phone.
it's like you were
no.
just
So
on your phone.
back to the whole communication and trust thing. One thing that killed me was whenever we were like very early into our relationship, she would go riding around with a whole bunch of friends, and like it was guys I didn't know,
Yeah.
and I was.
It was not guys, first of all.
well,
it was
no,
girls.
there would be
Uh-oh.
guys in the area that I
Uh-oh.
didn't know.
in
Yeah.
the area, not with me.
Still.
There were guys in Malden. That I
She
didn't
went to
know.
Walmart, and there
So-
were guys in there.
So
Wow,
being
Abby.
being somebody that's been
Sorry.
cheated on multiple times, your
Yeah.
mind immediately
Yeah.
goes
Right.
to the worst. And so like our generation is such a lustful generation
Yes.
at
Yeah.
youth. And so I know what every guy's thinking because I once thought that. And she'd be like, "What do you mean? Like that guy's not doing that. That guy's not doing that." And I'm like, "I know what that guy's doing because I've once done that."
Yeah.
And we've all been there. It's like we know like what's happening. And she's like, "They're not doing that."
Well,
And then she's like, "That girl's doing this. That girl's doing this." And I'm like, "They're not doing that." But I don't have the same mind.
Right. Okay, so have you ever been? Sorry, what?
I was just going to say
Oh.
you struggle with that on the other side. If you're the one that has cheated before, also you have trust issues because you have done it.
Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword.
So I was gonna ask, have you ever been to like a bad restaurant?
Yes.
Have you ever, after going to that bad restaurant, went to the next restaurant and go, man, I hope this restaurant isn't as bad as this other one? Like you've been to a bad McDonald's, then you go to Burger King and go, man, this is going to be bad just like Burger King. Why would you do that in a relationship?
That's a good question.
Right? And this is what we all do it.
Yeah.
Every single one of us do it. We'll carry something from a past relationship and we'll put that on the person we're with now. It just naturally happens. I mean, it just.
What was so scary about going straight into our relationship, because I had just gotten out of a new previous relationship. I was single for about a month.
Yeah.
And then he told me that he was going to the Navy. And the one rule my mama set for me that if I was to ever get in a relationship like that, you're either sticking through it or you're going to leave them. And
Yeah.
if you're going to do it face to face, you're not going to do it through a phone.
Yeah.
So
Which
Yeah.
we got together and 3 days later I enlisted. So it
Like,
was
hey,
like,
guess what?
She was like immediately had the bomb dropped on her. And I was
Yeah.
like, you have 11 months to choose.
Right.
And then we both agreed on that we get no say in each other's like in our
Future and
careers.
what that, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like she tells me to get out of the Navy the next day, she's gone. Like
Yeah.
that's what we've agreed on.
Yeah.
And then the same time, I feel like we live in a very selfish generation, you know, with experiences like that. You know, you've got someone that's kind of anxious on the other side of the phone. Where are they at? You need that person that's, you know, that understands that to a point of knowing when to give some reassurance.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's, you know, the worst thing to go through in that sense is, you know, having that feeling and then explaining that and then kind of be confrontational, like, oh boy, you think I was cheating or whatever, and all
Right.
that stuff. Like that you don't think that, but you can't help, especially if you've gone through that, you can't help but those you know, those memories and that those feelings just coming back just because it's
Yeah.
a familiar situation.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure that you do to a certain extent. Like you've got some people that still they bend over backwards to try
you can't
to
keep being
right,
a victim.
Right. To try to show that other person like that's not me, that was him. He done that to you. I'm not doing that to you. You know, but we just naturally bring that into our relationship. So both sides have to understand
Yeah.
that. You know, one side understand this isn't that person. And same, but also I need to respect what they went through and try to do my best to reinsure them. And same with somebody that may have went through that with the person they're with. You know, they may have cheated. They may have done something, reassuring them like that's not me anymore. You know, being able to say, don't judge me by that person. Judge me by who I am now. And if you can't do that, then cool, then separate, cool. But I think a lot of people, they say, hey, I'm going to forgive you, but then don't. They always hold that over them for the rest of their life. Like, well, 10 years ago, you done this. And it's like, you need to, if you're willing to let that go, that's the past. Now let's move forward.
Say, there's also been countless people who they'll text my friends. Like someone texted Brittany one day and they're like, is Abby loyal to Jacob?
Yeah.
And Brittany's like, well, first off, that's none of your business.
Right.
And second off, yeah. I mean, she has no reason not to be.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you can just come to me and ask that. I'm not going to lie to you.
Right.
And I was like,
Yeah.
if I wanted to be with someone else, then I'm going to leave him and then pursue the other person.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's just that's not how I was raised.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people like LeBron James is probably the first person to come to mind. Like there's a lot of people that, you know, say bad things about him and say good things about him. But one of the things about him that you really never see is his wife and his marriage and all that in the public eye. Like I've never seen like one headline about, oh, LeBron James cheated on the wife or all that, because I think they kind of made a point to keep that part of their lives private. And I think that's pretty important with really any relationship is
Yeah.
it needs to stay private.
Yeah.
Oh, that always drives me crazy when somebody puts something about their relationship on Facebook. It's like, we don't all need to know about that. Like, we're all going to read it.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well,
then
we don't
and then
all need to know
we
about what you're
We
gonna-
know tomorrow you're going to delete that
Right.
post.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like, I seen some little kid made like this video. He was like talking about Cheryl or whatever. He's like, yeah, whatever show you put on Facebook, like New Year, New Me. And it's that meme of Sting with the Sting mask on.
Oh yeah.
And it's like 2023, 2024. It's like the same you. Realizing that you're taking you have to change.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking you into the next year, and nothing is going to change for you unless you change yourself.
Yeah.
So seeing these people that have all these quarrels with the person that they're with, it's like nobody made you be with this person.
Yeah. Right.
You chose that. You're
That
the
was-
common denominator in all your relationships.
I was just
Or-
gonna say that was me in college because I had horrible relationships in college, and I walked away with, man, that girl was crazy.
Yeah.
And then at some point I was like,
Maybe I'm the crazy one.
not saying like it was like they weren't great either,
Yeah.
but I've got to take some kind of
Right.
some ownership of,
Yeah,
of what happened.
I'm guessing. Was anybody there with a gun to your head making you get in those relationships? No. Okay, so then that's you.
One thing I hate now is social
It's like, oh,
media with
guys ain't
relationships.
nothing. It's like, no, the guys you've been with ain't nothing.
One thing I hate now is social media with relationships because like they'll post all the good, which is like great,
Yeah.
you guys are a happy
Mhm.
couple. But then the second one thing goes wrong,
Yeah, they're the
I'll
worst.
be on Snapchat and there's one person. I'm not never gonna say any names, but
Uh-oh.
they started throwing like all this dirty laundry
Yeah.
out, and then a week later, like, oh, me and so and so
Yeah,
are back together.
same person. Yeah. Oh,
And
it's
I'm like-
crazy. It's
I'm
like
like, everybody knows you guys'
Yeah.
business
Yep.
now for absolutely no reason.
it's like the couple that goes on Jerry Springer that are still together afterwards. It's like,
Yeah.
well, why?
there's no point.
Yeah, no.
Well, to me, here's how I see it. You make yourself look like a fool in those situations. Because if you're willing to go out in public and say certain things about this person that is or was your significant other and immediately go back to them, who's
You
wearing the
make
clown makeup?
Right. Yeah.
In-
You
in
make
that
yourself. Yeah.
sense, you know?
Yeah.
That's
The
one
clown
thing
makeup. Yeah.
we're pretty good about doing is we keep everything that's going on with us between us.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless it's like to go to a trusted adult
Right.
who
Yeah.
really need help that's actually had relationship experience.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you-
never,
yeah, you gotta
it's
have
never
people.
any he said, she said stuff
No,
with
it's
us.
like, well, so he said this and did this, but I said this and did this, and that's okay.
Yeah. And that's good to you go get advice from people that you trust,
Right.
but keep that within you, within your relationship. That's the healthiest relationship.
We even stay away from like telling our best friends whenever we're like in bad. Like
Yeah.
I won't go rant to my guy friends and they throw in their 2 cents like, yeah, she's a horrible person.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah.
We
Because
stay away
obviously
from
they're
that.
going to side with the person that they're closest to.
Right.
Yeah, it's always
And they're
biased.
like, well, actually, I don't think this was right that he did that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking for your opinion.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are always to me. Those are always the worst friends. Like the girl in the relationship that has the single friend that's like, "Oh, girl, you don't need no man."
Oh, it
Like,
drives me
Yeah,
crazy.
I love seeing the TikToks. It's like it takes 2 people to ruin the relationship.
Yeah.
It's her and her best friend. You didn't know.
All right. It's her and her-
I love
Hey, you
seeing
didn't see
that.
it coming.
and if I do go to a friend, it's usually like Morgan or someone. Because,
Yeah.
she goes through the same stuff too. She's married now,
Yeah.
pregnant with
Yeah.
a kid on the way.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Morgan's
Morgan's
like,
not going to go out and air out my business, first of all. And second
Right.
of all, she's going to be like, well, you realize that you did this wrong too.
Yep.
Neither of
And it's
y'all are
okay.
perfect.
And it's okay to vent to a friend, to someone you trust, to just vent to them. Man, this really drives me crazy. Because a lot of times you saying it helps you kind of work through it, and just having that
rationalize it,
shoulder
yeah.
to lean on is like, oh, okay. As I'm saying this, it's really not as bad as what it sounds like in my head. And as I'm saying this, and even them going, oh yeah, me too. I deal with that too. In my relationship, it's like, oh, okay, it's not so bad then.
yeah, Morgan's
Okay, I'm
also
kinda
such
getting-
a real one
okay.
because like she'll rant to Morgan about me, and then
Yeah.
Morgan's immediately on Snapchat texting me. She goes, "Why'd you do this, this, and this?"
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "Here's my side of it,"
Right.
and she immediately goes, "Why did she do that?" And
That's
it's
funny.
like,
Oh man,
I like the friend
So
that
your
can tell you.
mediator.
Yeah. So she'll sit there and she'll be like, well, you did this and he did this.
We
so
had a-
that's something y'all need to talk
Right.
about.
we had a falling out, and we air quotes broke up for 4 hours one night before I left, and Morgan immediately, yeah, for 4 hours.
disappointment.
Morgan calls me and goes, "Why'd you do this?" And I was like, "Why did she do this?" And then like I'm driving up to her house to drop her stuff off, and Morgan's like looking at me, and she's like, "Why'd you do this?" And then Abby walks inside, and Morgan immediately starts laughing because she's still outside, and she's like calling me stupid. And then 4 hours later, she got us both talking again.
Well, she didn't get us talking. I texted you. We never stopped texting. He got on the game for an hour, and that's when we had to stop texting.
That was the breakup.
Well,
He was
because
just on the
no,
video
I was,
game.
You know
I was
what?
just
It's over.
distracted.
Call of Duty.
It was
All
it was
right.
gang
I
beast with my
guess so.
brother.
Oh.
Actually,
That
So
was his
I
highest kill ratio ever.
He was just mad nobody getting in your way.
We were on the phone for 3 of those hours, and somehow Easton figured out we had broke up.
Yeah.
We
How he
we
found out, I
have
don't
no
know.
clue because the only person to catch word about it was Morgan and my
It's because
brother.
Morgan was right there when it
Yeah.
happened.
And Morgan was right there when it happened, and my brother was right there in the room with me whenever it happened. And then Easton still found out somehow. That man gets his nose in everything.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't.
That's because he doesn't want to deal with his own crap, so he
Oh,
has to
yeah.
get in everybody else's.
You got those people on social media too.
Mhm.
That just can't wait to get in
They-
people's stuff.
They have no relation to your life, and they're still screenshotting all your
Right.
posts. It's like, man,
Yeah.
I don't
Or-
even know who you are.
Another one of my favorites, people that try to give relationship advice that have the worst relationships ever.
Oh, yeah.
Quite
It's like,
literally. Or
maybe sit this one out.
or the people that have the worst relationships asking the people with the best relationships for advice and not
Do
taking
the opposite?
any of it.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Oh, yeah. What else y'all got on y'all's heart? All right, cool. Man, Rich, you got anything on your heart?
No, man, I'm just ready to start this new year.
I was about to say, so day one of
Day
the
one,
of
it's
50
good.
pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so May 1st. We're
That
going
was
to see where
another
we're
thing I
at.
saw on Facebook that kind of motivated me. It said one day or day one, you pick.
Yeah.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Day one is done well. I don't know what that
You know,
means.
one thing I've not seen on social media at all. I have not seen New Year, New Me. This is the first time I've heard it.
New year, new me.
Probably
I-
because people start so tired of the cliche.
Everybody,
I am.
everybody says it and then immediately turns himself. And
Yeah.
I was like, I haven't heard it once. I'm like, huh, maybe this is a New
I feel like
Year.
Yeah.
people are catching on. Like, maybe if I don't say it, I'll actually
Yeah.
keep
Do
up
it.
with what I'm doing.
Yeah. But here's an idea. Actually having a new year, new you. Changing, growing, getting better day to day.
Amen. Hey, listeners, we just want to thank you for your continued support for the Almost Brothers podcast. Do us a favor and go to your favorite platform and rate us and like us and share with everyone that you know. Thank you so much. Love you.